Tyson Fury, it seems to learn nothing. It seems to learn nothing from this Oleksandr Usyk fight. He was recently interviewed. I believe this might be the first interview he did since the Oleksandr Usyk fight. And let me just read these next couple of statements, right? Quote them here. I've watched the fight back lots and still got the same answer. I thought I won. Usyk didn't beat me. I thought I boxed the head right off him for most of the rounds. He busted my nose in round 8, which he did. Got the 10-8 round in round 9, which he did. And I gave him round 10. But other than that, I didn't give him any other rounds. It was actually a lot easier than I thought it would be. You got nearly stopped. You got hit probably more in that fight than you did in your whole career. And in the early rounds, you were barely able to land. But okay, it was a lot easier. Okay, fair enough. People said he's hard to hit. I was lighting him up with 4-punch combinations. You were literally landing the odd uppercut now and again. I don't think there was any more than maybe a shot or two that landed at this particular time with regards to combinations. My problem was I had too much fun. It was too easy. It was like I was in there with a local amateur. I was enjoying it too much, messing around to pay the ultimate price in round 9. You got your nose busted up. You got nearly stopped. And early on you were, well, if you look at the punch stats, you were outlanded in most of the rounds, but somehow that was too easy. Have you ever heard the likes? So why did you lose the fight? How did you lose the fight? Well, it was an easy fight, but you lost. I know it was an easy fight. I lost because it was too easy. How did you fail that maths exam you had? Oh, I failed it. I'll tell you how I failed it. I failed it because the exam was too easy. But you got 0%. You see, that's the $1 million question right there. All right, that's what Tyson Fury. So clearly he has learned absolutely zilch, and it gets better. It gets better. Says, I've got to get him out. I've got to get him out of there because I'm not going to get a decision. It's unfortunate because it's hard enough to win a fight just by winning. Never mind knowing you've got to knock someone out. But I'm confident and looking forward to the challenge. I heard he's got a broken jaw and a broken eye socket, so get yourself well, and I'll see you in December. That is so the broken jaw, we know that's nonsense. The broken eye socket, where'd you come up with that? You know, this is Tyson Fury once again making just stuff up to a base. Tyson Fury, right? What he's saying here, I'm not going to get a decision. Basically insinuating that it's to do with the conflict in Oleksandr Usyk's country, which is a really, really scummy thing to do, right? We know that, right? Now, to go with the broken jaw. Listen, Oleksandr Usyk is walking around talking. He was in the press conference perfect. If his jaw was broken, he wouldn't have been at the press conference. The eye socket, where did you get that from? Seriously, where did you even get that from? I mean, no one even mentioned. And here's the thing, right? In the immediate aftermath of the fight with Oleksandr Usyk, Team Fury, straight away, he's broken jaw. Clearly doesn't. They didn't mention the broken eye socket. Any little bit of news with regard to Usyk, even if it's fake, even if they had kind of even a little bit of he might have an issue there with the eye, they'd be saying it. They'd be absolutely saying it. So Tyson Fury saying he needs to go. This is just, I don't know. And straight away, you Fury fanboys being like, oh yeah, he needs to stop Usyk to win. He's not going to get the decision. Listen, if it was that straightforward, right? If it was as simple as Oleksandr Usyk getting the decision because of the conflict in Oleksandr Usyk's home country, why did they try and give the fight to Anthony Joshua in 2022 when that was going on? Why didn't Lomachenko get the decision over Devin Haney? If it's that straightforward, Tyson Fury, again, right? When you're looking at this, and this is why Tyson Fury doesn't go on interviews with the likes of people like True Geordie, when you follow up with questions like that, he tends to throw his toys out at the pram, right? And another example is when he did that snap press conference in Morecambe and just reeling off reasons as to why Usyk can't beat him, and no one dared even, say anything, right? With Tyson Fury, surely deep down he must know. Because if he genuinely, see, this is the thing, right? And this is why Tyson Fury fanboys and the people who are saying, he's going to win the rematch easy. Based off of what? So, and I'll get to the last bit now in a sec, but I mean that as a genuine question, right? If Tyson Fury believes he beat Oleksandr Usyk first time around, right, which he clearly didn't, it was a clear Usyk win. He had 9 minutes of success in the whole fight, rounds 4, 5, and 6. That's it. The rest of it was Oleksandr Usyk. And Oleksandr Usyk damn near stopped Tyson Fury. Landed more on Tyson Fury than I think anyone's done. or certainly touched him up a lot more than we're used to seeing him. And if he feels as though he only lost that fight because of the conflict in Usyk's country, which again is a really scummy thing to say, but if he feels like he doesn't need to do anything wrong, or he doesn't need to improve anything, that he did nothing wrong in the first fight, he's never going to win the rematch. And again, what people fail to point out is that Tyson Fury getting hit that much, aging, and the alcohol, we'll turn to that now in a second, right? All of this is not ideal preparation for Oleksandr Usyk in a rematch. He's getting older. He's not taking care of himself through the years. So he thinks he doesn't need to improve on anything. He thinks all he needs to do is go for a knockout, which will leave him more open if he does decide to go in there and go for a knockout, to being knocked out himself. And he's been hurt by Oleksandr Usyk. We know that. He feels that the only reason that he didn't win the fight is because of the conflict in Usyk's country, which again is complete BS. Right? He thinks the only reason he also lost as well in that, got caught in the night round, was because he was having too much fun. No, he was showboating to try and make it out as though it was easy when it clearly wasn't. Going again, look at the punch stats. I ask you to go and look at the punch stats. So all of this is not ideal going into a rematch. And then he goes on to say, where about the alcohol, the drunk one, he says, I got something up about 2 weeks ago and fell on my face. Didn't do any damage though, still good looking. I've had lots of messages and people phoning me if I'm alright. You're a grown man and you have a drunken night and all of a sudden people think you're going to jump in front of a train. People, obviously from my past history, people are concerned, but I've just been chilling out, spending time with my family. That's with regards to the drunk night out thing. Now again, I go back and I say, right, him wanting to go and have a few drinks, and even if you want to get as drunk as that, yeah, I don't really see too much of an issue with that. Right, I genuinely don't. Like, if you've had a hard camp, if you've been in training for a while, yeah, go and enjoy yourself. The crucial thing is though, is that he's going into a rematch with Oleksandr Usyk in 6 months, and as I said, 6 months in a fighter's lifespan is not that long a time, especially an Asian fighter, especially a fighter who his body looks old. Everything about Fury, even in the ring, yes, he had good rounds in there, he did, but as well as that, you look at him in there against Oleksandr Usyk, and there was times he really did look like an old man. Even before Usyk was able to really take a hold of that fight, there was times he looked like an old man. So taking a beating in the ring, going and getting, completely S-faced drunk, right, while your opponent is not doing any of that, looking over what happened in the first fight, trying to improve on it in the rematch, and staying in shape, staying in training. Usyk took a few licks in the fight, but nowhere near as many as Tyson Fury. So again, I go back to what Tyson Fury... If the Fury fanboys, surely you have to have the common sense to know that he needs to improve on things. It's not as simple. And again, this is the thing I just find so amazing, right? If you're talking about an Asian fighter who's not lived the cleanest lifestyle, who's, abused his body over the years, who's coming in off the back of taking a beat and nearly getting stopped, hurt worse than we've ever seen him, even in 3 fights with Deontay Wilder wasn't that badly hurt. If he's going into a rematch and he thinks, I did nothing wrong, if you can honestly sit down with a straight face, watch the Tyson Fury Usyk fight and say, he only got robbed because of the conflict in Usyk's country, it was fine, apart from round 9 and round 8, it was absolutely fine. If you can honestly watch that and say he doesn't need to improve on it, then, God help you come 1 December. Because the only thing Tyson Fury can really do is actually accept that loss. And he'll have the people in his team, like Tommy Fury, like his dad, like everyone in his team, maybe with the exception of Sugar Hill, but will Sugar Hill even say anything saying, you got robbed, it's because of the conflict in Usyk's sympathy, all that. No, this ain't Eurovision. This is boxing. That's not what you want to be hearing if you're a Tyson Fury fan. That's what I will say. Tyson Fury, the Usyk fight was too easy. He needs to get a knockout in there because he's not going to get a decision. And yeah, there you go. Let me know your thoughts on this, on what Tyson Fury has said. Did you have a bit of confidence that, because that clip we seen where he was hitting the bag and you kind of looked at it and thought, okay, maybe he's come to terms with it and, is looking to improve. And yeah, judging by what you said there, that doesn't. But saying that, again, I say, deep down, does Tyson Fury really believe what he's saying? Because going into the first fight with Oleksandr Usyk, all this reasons as to why he can't, all this anger towards Usyk, and just reeling off reasons as to why Usyk can't beat him, and no one challenging him, and going and doing these snap press conferences in Morecambe of all places, to just go and basically say to people as to why you are going to win. It's strange, and I would say obviously deep down Tyson Fury very good at appearing outwardly confident. He would have more confidence than the average guy. But when he goes and lists these absurd reasons, saying, oh, the fight was too easy, didn't look that way to me. He only got the decision because of the conflict in his country. What? He had a broken jaw and a broken eye socket. It didn't seem that way to me, and there's no evidence that any of that happened. I mean, Oleksandr Usyk was walking around talking after the fight. So listing these reasons and then, acting like, oh yeah, this is all good going into the rematch. No, it's not. You need to, if you genuinely go into that rematch with the same game plan, you're going to get beat. You're going to get beat quicker this time. There might not be a referee to come in and, administer a count in round number 9. You might get a referee who just comes in and waves it off if that happens again. So that's my thoughts on that. Let me know yours in the comment section below. Lads, hope you enjoyed the video. Smash the like button if you could. Hit subscribe, of course, if you haven't already.